You've just tuned into the Whatever Bro podcast, featuring Fall River's own Joe and Scottie. Get ready for hilarity, vulgarity, and sound guy Jeff, I guess, fucking loser. Brought to you by 59 Media. November 22nd, 2016, in a small town, Fall River, Massachusetts, a local podcast prepares to do their weekly show until they receive a phone call from their co-host stating that he won't be able to make it. Incidentally, episode 31 of the Whatever Bro podcast is delayed as they continue their search for answers. November 29th, 2016, 1 week later, upon arriving to the studio, the podcast student realizes their co-host has gone missing yet again. He's contracted a mysterious illness that doctors have been unable to identify and has vanished for the second time with no explanation. A young man with his whole life in front of him mysteriously disappears. A familiar story, yes, but this is no ordinary man. He's 32-year-old webcam sensation Scottie Medeiros, whose videos include how I feel about fat girls and how I feel about breastfeeding in public. Joe, Justin, and Jeff effectively take over the reins of the podcast, which is now renamed to the Whatever Joe podcast. Despite Scott's absence, the show has tremendous success and record-setting views. A show watched by more people than ever before. As they sit, still awaiting answers, they soon realize that they don't need them because the podcast is doing great. So hey, what the hell, right? December 6, 2016, Scott returns to the show for episode 22 to disclose his mysterious illness and its effect upon his family, friends, and most importantly, himself. Welcome back to the show, Scottie. This is episode 32.
I honestly don't need to be here, so...
Yeah, Scott, woohoo!
I don't have to explain anything. You just pretty much covered it all.
Yeah, that was pretty much all of it.
That was Unsolved Mysteries, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That music gives me an anxiety attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that brought back memories, man.
Yeah.
We actually attempted to do a Unsolved Mysteries video, a spoof.
We did, and that's
And it
what
was-
reminded me to use that song, because I was like,
What a
when
mess.
you're telling a story, it sounds a lot more scary with this music behind it.
Yeah. You're going to want to grab that wine.
Yeah, I'm
bring it over here.
I'm already empty. I'm actually going to do exactly that.
This guy has got
keep going.
some stories.
We got a story, yeah. A big, long one. Yeah, I've been missing in action. A lot of people, friends, just could just pretty much figure out that I've been like off the grid. Not only like Facebook, just haven't really gone anywhere. I had a rough November.
Yeah.
You know pretty much everything, so you're going to have to kind of...
I do. Now, this was a struggle for me, because while this is going on and I know everything, everyone's just like, what's the deal with Scott? Where is he at? What's wrong? And I'm just like, he's had a really bad cold for the last 3 weeks. That's all I got.
Right. Yeah, it was tough. So this is what I'm going to do.
Do you want to get into our sponsors?
Yeah, you know what? I'm
beforehand?
going to have, before
Yes.
you get into detail, Jeff,
Yeah.
tell us about the sponsors.
So
here.
we have a number of sponsors here. So as we're live right now on Facebook Live, share this video. Share it with your friends. You have up until Monday. And what's going to happen, actually not Monday, we're actually 59 Media, along with Unique Customs, along with Pachico's Furniture, who's been with us from the start, and Phoenix Marketing. You see the ads ticking around on your screen right now. They're hiring right now. They're all chipping in, and they're going to purchase an Xbox One S. And what they're going to do is every podcast you share under the 59 Media umbrella from now until the December 19th show of Whatever Bro, that's when we'll be choosing the winner on that show
December
there.
19th.
December 19th.
So if they just share this show, is that also...
Yep, any show from now until December 19th.
So there you go.
Any show under 59 Media, they can reshare.
So share this podcast right now. You're automatically entered to
Yeah,
win an
share the
Xbox
videos.
One.
Yeah, anything under the 59
Word.
Media page. So
Word.
go
That's
for
a
it.
fucking good deal.
We've been
It is a great deal.
We've been giving those out like Tic Tacs.
Well, we've been giving out Cody boxes.
Cody
Now,
boxes, oh.
There's Pachico's Furniture, Unique Customs, and Phoenix Marketing, along with 59 Media, stepping up the game. They're going to give somebody an Xbox One.
That's awesome.
Pretty legit.
The week before Christmas. It's the podcast that we're doing right before Christmas.
That's
we'll be
every
picking
little
it up.
boy's dream.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good. Word.
Thank God for Jeff, man. He really keeps us on track.
Absolutely.
Without him, it would just be strictly. Butt,
We wouldn't be
butthole
streaming.
stuff. Yeah.
We wouldn't be.
Well, you guys say that. Wait till you
abortions?
hear the audio podcast. I started it halfway through Joe's intro, so it's going to sound horrible.
Oh,
So
Joe's pissed.
Yeah.
Joe's
As
pissed.
long as you didn't start it before
No.
Joe's intro.
No,
because
no.
it was-
Because
yeah.
off air was
Oh, dude, I get this information last minute, so when I go to say it, I'm just freestyling. I'm like, just reshare a lot, guy, and you'll win stuff, bro.
You'll win stuff if you share the podcast.
And before we get into your detailed explanation of everything, we're also having a special guest on next week. And I
Dude.
want to get listeners ready for this because we've been working on this for a while. We've
This
been
is-
trying to get this guy in the studio.
Our most
forever.
popular guest, right, that we've ever had, probably.
It'll be our most popular guest.
I'm right here, guys.
Besides our awesome sound guy.
But next week, December 13th, I believe, we will be welcoming the mayor, Jazel Korea II, I believe.
The fucking mayor.
The mayor,
Podcast.
the mayor of the city has debased himself to come on our show.
He is in trouble.
I gotta say, he seems pumped, and I've been studying him, his city council meetings
Yes, now
and
you
stuff.
have an obsession with mayors.
I do.
This goes
I
way
have
back.
a sick obsession with mayors. Only local politics I'm obsessed
Right,
with.
right.
Yeah.
This is very odd.
Yeah.
And I've seen this guy. Like everyone thinks, oh man, like he's gonna get destroyed on the air by these guys. But
No, we
first
like
of
him,
all-
though.
Yeah, first of all, we're not like that. We like the guy. But I've seen him at city council meetings, and he doesn't mess around. He commands a room. Like
Right.
he knows what he's doing in a mix of people.
Yeah, there's no way
So
even
it's
if-
like we're thinking we're badass. We're gonna ask him some tough questions. But this guy knows how to answer.
He's a
questions.
politician,
He
so
is.
obviously he's slick. And can I just rewind something?
Yeah.
Joe just said, I've seen him at city council meetings. Are you attending city council meetings?
They have him on TV.
He watches him on
You
TV.
watch him on TV.
Yeah.
I think that's worse somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow and online. But I just like to see what's going on, and I like to see Jazel, see what's going on at these
Yeah.
meetings. Aren't you curious?
No.
Nope. Don't care.
You have a
Yeah.
problem with mayors.
I
right?
absolutely do. I'm obsessed. But yeah, he'll be coming on, Jazel.
I'm pumped for that, man. I can't
Yeah, I
believe
can't
he
wait,
agreed.
man.
I'm glad. Like I said, we all like the guy, so it's not like he's
Yeah,
not-
like everyone's a fan of Jay.
Yeah, big
He's
time.
He's a fan of the podcast, so.
And
Word.
it's Jazel like Hazel because you have been saying for a while now.
Jai
that
Feel?
Did I get it?
Giselle Bündchen.
Did I get it right? Did I just say it
Yes,
correctly?
you did.
Okay, thank
Jazel,
God.
like Hazel.
You said that's what got
If
me
you
on
could
track.
actually,
Yeah.
if you could address him as the wrong name when he comes out, it'd be great.
Every-
Jasil.
Giselle.
Now, Jezebel, tell me about your plans for the city. So he's a sharp guy, is what you're saying, right?
He is. He's a sharp guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just going to roast us. People
Yeah.
think we're going to
He's a
roast
smart
him.
dude,
It's
man.
going to be the opposite.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I can't wait, though. I can't wait just to get
So
in
tune
on it.
in next-
So
that's
tune in.
next
Jazel,
Tuesday.
the mayor, on the show next week. Now,
All right, yeah.
Scottie, please take the
Yeah,
floor.
this is a lot of suspense.
We'll get this out of the way. A lot of people, it's a very personal issue. So, Justin, Joe, when you guys, even Jeff, when you guys want to jump in, make fun at any point, please.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
I'm
happening.
sure.
That's absolutely happening. Yep.
Just let me get 2 minutes to explain something, kind of like, and then
Yeah.
we'll just go.
No, I don't agree to that. Do you guys agree to that? I don't.
I want to interrupt him as often as
Yeah, right,
possible.
right.
All right, listen.
Go
Give
on,
me
yeah.
two. Give me two.
Okay.
He's gonna. If not, he's gonna turn to Gary and get
Nah.
mad at you.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you let me finish. Nah, you guys. I'm good. I'm good.
I like how you went cross-eyed there.
Come on. He did almost fucking strike you.
I thought I was done for.
All right, so I just want to. I'm not going to put a big summary on anxiety and depression. A lot of people don't know what that is. I hate the word anxiety and depression to describe what
Yeah.
people go through, like myself. It's I have an issue. When I was diagnosed when I was 19, I'm on medication. The only reason I do these podcasts and I can do these shows and have fun is because I'm on medication that allows me to like not freak out. So anxiety and depression, a lot of people are like, what is that? You freak out a lot? You just sad all
Yeah.
the
What?
time?
Yeah. What are you just miserable?
And they don't understand it. It's something wrong with like your whatever chemicals in your brain that control sadness and anger and like fear and freaking out. They just spark. It doesn't have to be because of anything. However, I had something happen that triggered it. So I just want to say that's important to this story because that's pretty much what happened to me. Like I had a health issue, which I'm gonna go into, but that health issue triggered my depression and anxiety to the point where I was like couldn't eat. I had to call out of work for Thanksgiving. I was a fucking basket case. And a lot of people are like, oh, what do you mean, Scott? You make videos, you're funny, blah, blah, blah. Yo, it's a mental problem. Like, I have an issue, a mental issue. And it sucks to talk. It sucks to say that, but I do. And I need medication to be, like, fucking sane. So let me that's out the
Yeah.
way. So that's just like a quick background.
Scott's crazy. Check.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, and everyone kind of knew he
Yeah.
had mental problems. They
Yeah.
just didn't know the extent
Yeah.
of it.
I'm mentally ill, sickly mentally
Right.
ill. So now you guys free for all. I'm gonna tell you a story. You guys ready? Saddle in.
Oh,
This shit's
boy.
gonna get crazy.
You tied in okay?
Yeah.
I'm strapped in.
Now-
I have a strap on, actually.
I think a lot of women are gonna hear this and think I'm a pussy. I think a lot of men are gonna hear this and kind of understand. So here's what happened. First Saturday of November. All right, I'm walking out my house and my dick. I'm gonna stop right there. That's what happened.
Oh, dear.
I felt something right through my pants. I was just like, this something doesn't feel right, like inside the penis. So I literally like grabbed my dick like through my pants and just kind of like felt around and I squeezed the dick.
You were outside, you said?
Outside the pants.
Oh, I meant you're outside.
Outside
your
my house.
Home. Okay.
We just walked outside.
Yeah.
Outside the pants and home.
Yeah, grabbing my junk
Yeah.
in front of all my neighbors. But I was just like, ooh, and I kind of like grabbed it and I felt something not good inside. Just felt so I was like, all right, I was cool. Understand, I was actually pretty level-headed for the first 4 or 5 days of this, and then it just mental breakdown. So I'm like, that's weird. Whatever. I go to work, blah, 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 come back the next day, it starts burning when I urinate.
But when you initially like squeezed it and touched it, did it hurt?
It did, like it stung inside.
Hurt
Yeah.
like your dick head or just like the
No, inside.
like the shaft of your
Yeah,
dick.
Yep. But
I mean,
inside it.
like the urethra, which is where the pee goes and shit like that.
Yeah. I hope
So-
Jay-Zell's listening right now.
Giselle. There it is. He's never gonna get that.
Yeah,
right.
no, I'm never gonna get it right. I'm sorry.
So a lot of people already probably know. By the way, I'm all set now. I want to say that I am 100% good.
It's 100% AIDS. Case closed.
Exactly.
No doubt about it.
And you have it under control.
Everything's good now, and I want to say that because a lot of people are freaking out, like, oh man.
Yeah.
And this is tough to talk about again. Like even me, somebody who's very open, this is tough. This sucks. But fuck it. This is just.
It's a great podcast topic.
shit.
Right,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? We have no material, so.
But fuck it.
But fuck it.
Yeah, I'll never do that again. So it starts burning when I piss. So I'm like, all right, chances are I caught something. You know what I mean? I do sleep with girls without a condom, like, I don't know, 99% of the time. So I'm like, that's a problem. But I'm owning up to it. I'm responsible. I'm like, yo, I probably caught something, obviously. So on Monday, that was Saturday when Saturday, Sunday. So Monday, right away, I go to my doctor. I get tested for chlamydia, gonorrhea, herpes, UTI, bacteria infection.
All the classics.
All the good
Yep,
ones.
yep.
Well, everything it could be, right?
Greatest hits album.
I mean,
STDs.
wouldn't you think that's the cover and the basis?
Yeah,
right there?
I'd say that's the main ones.
right. And I'm thinking, okay, so I do that. And again, bacteria for anything. Like I got tested for everything. So now I'm waiting 4 days. And you guys ever got tested before? I'm sure you
Oh,
know.
yeah, definitely.
Those days are the reflection days and the.
I think it's generally a week or, like you said, it's at least 4 days.
4 days was like at least exactly.
Yeah.
I got it in 4 days, thank God. So those 4 days sucked mentally, but I was like super strong. Like I felt like I was proud of myself for being like owning up to it. Like I caught something. Fuck it. Like it's gonna happen. I was irresponsible.
It's
blah,
a
blah.
test. It's a true
Big
test.
time.
Yeah.
Big time. If you're gonna fuck girls without a condom, dude, it could happen. So it's like I wasn't shocked. I was just like, damn. Like I was not careful.
So are you
enough.
trying to like reconcile or like what do you mean like pray like if I can get through this I'm gonna be a changed man because sometimes people do that not to kind of like make light of it but when they like people they get drunk and they get hungover, oh my god, I'm never drinking again.
So so good question, and not until a little later. At
Okay.
this point, I was simply focused on let's
What's
get
wrong?
this, diagnose
Yep.
it, fix it. So 4 days go by, my urine starts burning to the point where, dude, I'm sitting when I piss because I'm like, it's awful. Then about the third or fourth day, the head of the dick starts getting swollen. and
Oh
red.
my God.
I myself do not have depression, but I would have been freaking out.
Yeah. Big
So-
time.
And that, dude, I still stayed strong. Like I still stayed strong, and I was like, again, like this is scaring the shit out of me. I'm a Google master now. I know every STD there is. I am the fucking smartest. And then the results come back. Negative, 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 negative.
Now that's tricky because how do you treat negative? Because there's something wrong with your dick, obviously.
There you go.
But how do you treat it if you are getting negative results on your test?
There you go. So now there's a few people I'm talking
Now
to.
that's the curveball. Like, did you initially expect like, oh, one of those is going to test positive?
Well, you said your urine burn, so I'm thinking that's what chlamydia is generally the
chlamydia is one of them.
Chlamydia-
Herpes when herpes start. I only know this
But,
again from
but people have different symptoms though. Like it's not all the same symptoms
Right.
for that one
Correct.
disease.
Correct. So I'm just Googling burning urination, what it could be. It could have been herpes. It could have been chlamydia and a UTI or a
Yep.
bacteria infection. So it's one. I'm like, it's one, all negative. So the few people I was talking to, which let me just stop and say one thing through all this. Like,
or if you took a bubble bath. You guys remember that when you were a kid?
Yeah.
You sit in the bubble bath too long, and then you pee, and it burns like shit afterwards. So
I have
that's-
never experienced
No?
that. That
Am I
might
the
just be
only one?
your childhood.
I think
All
your
right.
mom was putting something weird in the
My,
water.
Exactly.
my brother remembers this. Kyle.
Was he
get
in the
out-
Was he in the bath with
Yeah,
you?
we were both in the tub together.
Were those
My-
just bath salts, or were they?
I don't
actual-
know, but if you would sit in a bubble bath as a kid and you'd pee afterwards, it would burn like a motherfucker.
Yeah, that might have just been how your
Yeah.
parents punished you.
Yeah.
But I digress. Sorry.
Don't you hate that? When you're just like, hey, you guys ever been in that situation where your bubble bath makes you?
Imagine
your
that
penis
Scott
sting?
had
It's
taken
like,
a bubble bath and that was the whole. I just solved it right here. It's like an episode of House.
Turns out I'm allergic to bubbles.
No more baths with me and my dog, dude. So
He's in the bath with guinea pigs. They all have little. I picture them all with little like the shower caps on, like little mini ones. That's Scott's Friday night.
actually sounds like a blast.
go on.
So the results come in, and a few people I was talking to at the time, I told them, and they're like, "That's great," and I said, "No," and that's when I started to kind of break down, because I'm like, "All right, what the fuck is this? This is only getting worse." So they sent me to a urologist.
A mystery ailment. That is terrifying.
In your penis. Now women are looking at me like, yeah, you're gonna whatever. You would have been. This is a man's like other heart right here. This
Yeah.
is like why we live, man. You know,
And women will roast guys if we complain about getting hit in the balls or dick
even
problems.
having a cold or anything like
yeah,
that.
yeah. They'll roast us because they're like, we have our periods once a month.
Yeast infections,
yeah,
and
yeast
BV and all
infection.
that.
Yeah.
So I'm
Humans come out of us. They
yeah,
rip our
yeah.
pussies open.
And I get that. That's why
Yeah.
a lot of girls are probably like, you're being a bitch. Well, I was more afraid of not knowing what it was. I'm a hypochondriac anyway. So any health issue that nobody can tell me was. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to urologist. These guys specializes in dicks and vaginas. They're going to tell me what's wrong, right? So I go to a female physician's assistant urologist, which I wasn't
Hell
happy about
yeah.
it. Nah.
All right.
I can't get a boner, dude.
No,
it
that's
hurts. So
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about that now.
If you have a fucked up dick, you want a guy to look at it.
I didn't care.
Not a woman.
Dude, I didn't care. At this point, Justin, I swear to God, I didn't give a fuck, man. I don't care. I needed some
Well,
answers.
I'm just thinking like the guy, he owns the equipment. He's going to be.
right. Agree. No, I agree
He's
with that.
going to be a pro, you know?
Oh yes, in that case, yes. I thought you meant like embarrassment or whatever. No, I'd rather have a man to at least and take it more seriously too. 'Cause she didn't take it that seriously. She looks at it, right? So I take it out, I tell her what's going on. Now we're 5-6 days in now, all right. And this is where I start to kind of crash. I just kind of start to mentally. And she says, "All right, looks like a bacteria infection." I was like, "All right, whatever." So she gives me antibiotics. 4 days go by. That's a Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's all still awful.
Ooh.
Nothing goes away.
Getting worse or staying the same?
Staying the same at this point, but
Okay.
it's bad. Like it's bad. My dick looks a mess, bro, and it burns.
Now you're
and
freaking out.
now I'm freaking out
Yeah.
because that didn't work.
Are you thinking like they might have to chop off my wiener?
Justin, I thought of everything, dude.
Yeah.
Like
I would-
everything you can think of.
He thought he was not going to get better.
That was my biggest thing. Is I
My
started.
dick is always going to be like this forever.
Yes, and
Yeah.
as illogical as that may seem, dude, I was convinced because I had ruled out so much stuff, and I pure panic. So now I'm getting super panicky,
Yep.
super depressed. I'm still not at my lowest yet. I'm just falling.
On the way down.
And
Yeah.
all the basic diseases are ruled out.
Yes.
So it's just like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I have something much worse.
And
Yes.
They said don't worry, it could be penile cancer.
No, okay. I'm glad
Yeah.
you said that because no. So I go back on a Monday, right? I said, listen, this didn't work. Whatever you gave me, you misdiagnosed me or you're wrong. Whatever. I'm not even mad. Let's just figure it out. So she brings in a doctor, an MD, a dude. He comes in, he looks at it, he goes, all right, I think this is a yeast infection.
Whoa.
Men can get
You
yeast.
pussy.
Hey, men can get yeast infections,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah,
And it's-
maybe you, bro. Maybe you, but not me, guy.
it's usually in uncircumcised men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he said,
That's actually a fact I knew. In uncircumcised men, you're more likely
because
to
it
get
gets,
yeast infection.
Well,
you get like dirty or something.
Scott, to clarify, you're chopped down there.
I am
right?
chopped. Yes,
Okay.
I'm circumcised. So
Yeah.
he was like, it's not uncommon. It's not. It's rare, but whatever. So he goes, I think it's a yeast infection. He seemed kind of confident. He goes, listen, it's not any kind of cancer, because he could tell I was like a mess. You know what I mean? And I was like, all right, whatever. Like, just tell me what it is. He said it's yeast infection. So they started treating me for a yeast infection. So now we're like 10 days in, right?
What is the treatment for a male yeast infection?
It's an oral antifungal medication and a topical cream. So the
Okay.
cream was for the top of the penis, to, you know.
oh, so two things for that.
Two things.
Gotcha.
One orally, because whatever was burning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what, you know, he gave me that. 3-4 days go by. No.
Oh no.
Now this is where I
This
got
is almost 2 weeks
This
of
is
the
about-
same.
about 13,
stuff going
14
on.
days. Yes. Same stuff going on. No worse, but no better.
Now, during this time, are you having like let's say I don't know, but is there maybe there's women that you normally hang out with or
Yeah.
chill with?
How badly did this change your life?
Are they
Chris?
hitting you up like, hey Scott, we hanging out like Thursday night like we always do? And you're like, well,
Dude, I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because
now you're gonna make up. You can't tell them the truth.
it
at
wasn't
this point.
that. It was more. I made up excuses, but the point was, I'm never gonna be myself again. These bitches want to have sex, want to make out,
Yep.
hang out, and my dick doesn't work.
Your dick doesn't.
And then
work.
nobody can tell me what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
So that now I'm deep. Now I've fallen. I'm in a dark place. Like, dude, can't eat, can't like fucking function.
At that point, I hung out with him one Sunday, and I noticed just talking to him, he was like dark.
Right.
And I kind of had a background of everything, but I've never seen him that miserable. I haven't seen him that miserable in years.
Yeah, I was bad.
Makes sense. Your dick is in jeopardy,
Dude, and no one can tell me what's wrong.
Well, and the funny thing, and to kind of go piggyback on what Joe was saying, like I was sending you a message just like, hey man, because I was at work and I know you hadn't been in work for a while, so I sent you a message and you sent me an IM back being like, it's the burning, when you started feeling better, you're like, the burning, and I wasn't sure if you were fucking with me or not because I didn't know what was going on with you. I thought so. I was just like,
You know what? At that
LOL.
point, my mind was so cloudy I didn't even know who I talked to about it.
So I had no clue what was going on with you, and I'm like, I thought you were joking at first, and I'm like, I'm gonna bust your balls a little bit. But then I thought, like, what if he's serious?
I was serious.
So I'm not gonna.
So
say anything.
now I'm 14 days in, bro. Right, and I got no answers.
2 weeks in. Jesus.
Yeah,
And it
14.
still stayed steady.
plateau. Yeah.
Zero answers.
Zero answers. So I make an appointment with another urologist after that medication. Right, the last day of that medication, which did nothing. Topical cream did nothing. My dick still looked a mess, still burned. So I go back, and there's a third urologist I've seen. Right, and I said, "Listen, this is everything I've gone through. What do you think this is?" This is, by the way, what put me over the edge. This is where I lost my mind. He says he's looking at his computer. He's looking at me. Takes
Is
a
your
look at
dick
it.
out at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
So
just hanging out.
computer
I actually
to
started
dick.
going to doctor's appointments with no pants on. I just was like walking around. So he says to me, he goes, I got to be honest with you, Scott. I don't, and this is an MD. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And I said, I can't have right now.
Hey,
I'm gonna need you to know what it is.
I just want to tell you, I have no fucking idea what that is.
What's wrong with your dick?
When we do, we're gonna name it after you.
Yeah. I'm like Scottie-itis or some shit.
He's like, what am I, a doctor? Yes, you are in fact a doctor. Please tell me what's wrong with my dick.
So can you guys at least sympathize where I'm at?
That's
Yeah.
terrifying. Yeah.
All right. So
A medical doctor. He went to school for 8 years on this.
just for dicks.
Just for dicks. He studied dicks for 8 years, and he's had a dick his whole life. And he's like,
Justin,
I'm stumped
This
about
is-
your stuff.
this is what went through my mind when I said, I had, and I'll say I had like my mom, who I had to tell everything to because I was a mess.
Yeah.
Who I gotta shout her out. 32 years old, and I see a new love and appreciation for that woman. She just was with me every step of this and just talking to me and being like positive because I'm so fucking negative.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, dude, you're gonna be okay. Like I
Right.
know it. And I'm like, I know you're a mom, but this guy who went to school for 8 years doesn't know if I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah.
At one point, the three of us were together, and she's like, Scott, you just gotta absolutely know that there is something out there to fix this. And I looked at her and I was like, don't make promises.
But yo, shout out to my mom though. She really, I can't say enough about how much she kept me like my head above water. It was very helpful. So I had to get that out there. I also had a friend who was with me during this who I had just recently met, and she like basically met me at my high and watched me plummet.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it broke her heart, if she just felt obligated, but she was there.
Felt
with me.
guilty that she gave you this
No,
ailment.
no, because the two girls I was with at the time, I was only with two girls at the time that this happened. They were both
Two.
They were
He
both.
said two, gentlemen.
They were both clean.
Okay.
And nothing. So, but this girl was like just by my side, like would come over at night just to like lay with me because I was a fucking dude. I was a mess. Couldn't eat. I couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't go to work. Like just because I was so
And
mentally.
you never thought once about trying to use this fucked up dick.
Not even, dude.
You didn't. You weren't even.
I got
thinking
I got a burning urination and a fucking.
Yeah.
My head looks like.
You're not exactly in the mood in
Yeah.
those circumstances.
Well,
I didn't masturbate for 21 days.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
Yeah.
Jesus.
So all right. So wait. So I
figure it's all swollen. You want to show it to a lady. So like, no, this is how it normally is.
this is normal dick, man. So I go to so that guy sends me out the door. The urologist sent
Yeah.
me out the door.
I don't know what you got, but drive safely.
Yeah.
So he said go to the allergist. He said maybe
What the
you
fuck?
used a rubber. I used a rubber at one point, very like recently. That was a
So
new
you
condom.
said 3 urologists. So
3.
The first 2 said I don't know. I
One
don't
said
know.
no. One said bacteria infection. She was wrong. The other guy said yeast infection. He was wrong. The third guy said I don't fucking know.
So you didn't. Why didn't you go back to the same person and say it didn't work?
Because I didn't want to wait. He had scheduled me for later, so I
okay.
moved in on and it was all the same office. So
Yeah.
they had read all the records and
So
shit.
they knew all about you.
Yeah, dude.
Right down to the receptionist.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, do not fuck with this guy.
Hey, it's the weird dick guy coming in again.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, this guy again.
Why is he always here? Why does he have no pants on?
Why does he look so depressed?
Oh, it's Scottie Caca Dick is here.
That's how they addressed me in the waiting room. So he sent me to an allergist. So I went to an allergist. He said, I don't know what this is. I went to a dermatologist. She gave me a diagnosis, but I still don't believe it. I'm basically at a point where I've been to every doctor on the planet. Nobody knows what I have. However, after like 2 days after my last medication, the burning started going away.
Okay.
So whatever was happening, I think my body was
So
clearing
there
it
was
out.
a light improvement as far as the burning, anyways.
That kept
But
me
it-
from not
yeah.
slicing
But
my
everything
neck.
else looked the same.
Everything else looked the same, and the burning was still there. It just started to get better. But that's what, honestly, dude, the things that wrote through my mind, I'm like, I'm never going to be the same again.
Yeah.
Dude. You know what I'm saying?
I
And,
would prefer for the swelling to stay.
No, it was, dude, it was
Amazing.
swollen. If I showed you a picture right now, bro, you'd never hang out with me again because you think you can touch it. It's so bad. It wasn't swollen, dude.
Scott's accidentally shown me photos, actually.
I did show it, yeah.
But not of that.
Not
No.
of this.
But none
You'd
of
never
it, yeah.
speak. Hey, I'd never be welcome back on the podcast again if I showed you guys. Hey,
He'd
it
never
was.
be welcome back in his own podcast again.
I actually wanted to sit in Jeff's seat because I think this is too close. I don't want
It was fucked up. So again, that was the trigger though. But the problem I've had in the last 3 weeks was my depression and anxiety because what that did was spark it into so many negative thoughts. I was like, I pretty much was like, I'm living with this. It's never getting better.
Yeah.
And again, not being able to eat and shit. Like I couldn't eat. I was stuffing food in my face just to live. Like it was
Right.
awful.
He was-
forcing it down.
He was
Yeah.
accepting
Yeah.
his fate of never being
Yeah.
with a woman again.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm dead set. And as stupid as that might sound, I truly in my heart believed it. I'm like, I've been through every doctor.
Yeah.
Like, what's next? You know what I'm saying? So it starts going away. And then my dermatologist gave me a certain cream to use, which what she thought it was. So she might have been right because I started using that cream.
This is an antibacterial cream.
No, this is an anti-inflammatory cream because it was inflamed. You know what I mean? I started using that and it helped. And slowly but surely, my symptoms from the inside out started to get better. And I think it was just my immune system working. No medicine, nothing.
Yeah.
So I got tested for one more thing just because I wanted to know. It's called trichomonas or something. And that's an infection that has the same thing, burning, blah, blah, not negative. So no
Oh,
one
you were
knows-
negative for that?
Negative. I just found
Okay.
out today, this morning.
Gotcha.
So, dude, nobody knows what happened to me. Like, that scares me, dude.
There's one thing you had mentioned that you hadn't mentioned yet that
You can mention. I don't know what it is.
I thought you had mentioned. I don't know unless you did psoriasis. I thought you said it could possibly be psoriasis.
That's okay. So that's what the
which is a site for psoriasis.
he just wanted to use that joke. He doesn't give a shit.
No, but he didn't mention psoriasis. So I
You're
was
right.
curious.
No, I'm wrong. I mean, I forgot. So the dermatologist, that's the diagnosis she gave me. She said it's on the end of the penis was psoriasis, which I've had before, which
Okay.
is just like a skin.
You've had psoriasis other sites on your
Yeah,
body.
on my back.
Yep.
And it went away.
Yep.
So that kind of gave me some, you know what I'm saying? And,
Neck, back, pussy, and you crack. Yeah.
and so she said that the psoriasis though was sparked from whatever happened because the psoriasis comes when your immune system is in trouble.
Yeah.
So whatever was in my dick, dude, whatever was causing it to burn, had caused that psoriasis. Now, as I'm here in front of you guys today, like everything cleared up.
Yeah.
You're back
Like-
to normal.
Thank God. I went up on my medication. After the symptoms went down, my depression, anxiety slowly came back to I came back to normal.
Makes sense.
Obviously, no
Makes
shit.
sense.
But
Yeah.
I wonder how much of the depression there actually was. Because even if you don't have depression, I think that would be a
Yeah.
horrible situation to be in. You probably just think about it more and more often if you have anxiety.
That's a
Well,
good
yeah.
point. Like I think I just was because I suffer from depression and anxiety. I just was like, every man would probably be here, and I was just like further down.
Gotcha.
But you're right. Every other man, like no man would be cool.
No,
with this.
nobody would be
Right.
No
cool
would
with
be positive about this.
No,
Like,
absolutely not.
Yeah.
and so that's where I've been for the last 3 weeks.
I was gonna say you could be HIV positive.
Oh, hey.
No, I got tested.
I
Bro.
love a good STD joke.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to me, and it sucks to talk
Christ.
about. A lot of girls probably never gonna want to fucking touch
Well,
me again,
that was my
but-
next question. So now that you're better, we're all thankful for that. Have you been with the girl since?
No,
Okay.
No, I don't really have much interest in sex right now because of that. How freaked out that got me. But I will say I masturbated.
I was
going to
ask you, did you test the equipment?
Did it feel great?
Yeah, it felt fucking pretty
Nice.
awesome, man.
Did like Elmer's glue come out? Because it's been almost a month.
I think
And how much? Probably.
I feel like there were.
no, it's probably like, it's probably like a thick.
It was
paste.
like entities coming
Jazel,
out.
if you're listening, we can't wait to have you on.
Jazel, we promise we're not going to talk about this when you come on.
No cum talk when Jazel comes on.
I'll tell you, when you don't have an orgasm for 3 weeks and you're about to come, it's the craziest feeling ever. Like,
Right.
kind of felt like you were a kid again. Like, you just felt, I was just like I did DMT. I got shot out of a fucking cannon. I was and I didn't know I didn't know how much cum came out.
What's
My eyes were
happening?
closed. I was
He
like,
passed out and he woke up 7 hours later.
it was, but like I said, for me, traumatically, it was wicked rough for me. And like,
That's rough.
That's brutal, man.
yeah, it sucked. And I'm lucky I had a few people that I could talk to about it. And like the 2 people I mentioned, my mother and my friend, who was there for me, honestly, because I was so depressed and so down that I was just like, I'm ready to blow my fucking head off. I can't live without a penis, dude.
You can't live without a
You
penis.
can't.
No.
You don't, there's no, and women don't understand that. Like, it's not that it's about sex. It's just, that is our fucking, like whatever created us, whatever God you believe in.
It's
our main fucking,
It's-
a reason for living.
To be honest,
kind of.
it's something we look forward to. Like, out of
course.
everything in life, we look forward to that.
And knowing you have the ability to do it and masturbate or have sex keeps you okay. in
Keeps you
life.
sane.
Keeps you fucking sane.
Yeah.
A story. This happened years ago, but there was a guy. He was born. It was.
Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I'm going to let
no,
you
no,
go.
go
I
ahead.
totally forgot something. In the middle of this, I got pink eye. And so what that did was that made me think like I'm self-destructing. Like
Yeah.
my body's just giving up
Yeah.
on me.
Dude, well, you're so stressed. You're having all this cortisol released by your body. Your immune system's getting
Down.
jacked.
Yes.
Now everything's under attack.
That's
you
what
know?
my mother was saying. I wouldn't
Yeah.
listen to her, but she
I'm
was
just
saying
gonna do the
that.
rest
Yeah,
of the show like
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Okay, is that
listen.
cool?
It's
I'm
almost
good.
like his immune system's not working. It's almost like it's an acquired immune deficiency syndrome. No, but in that vein, right? You were talking about guy doesn't have a dick. What's the point of living, right?
Yeah.
There was a case of this woman. This was about 30 years ago. She gave birth to twins, right? Mm-hmm. Decided to have the twins circumcised. The first twin, they circumcised them. Everything went fine. Second twin, somehow they botched the circumcision.
Oh, no.
It's a little baby dick, so it's easy to kind of, you're trying to
Yeah.
circumcise a baby dick. It's easy to kind of fuck that up.
What
So-
year did this occur in, by the way? Like, was this
So
recent? or?
about let's say 35, 40 years ago.
Okay.
Anyway, they fucked up this baby's dick, one of the twins, to the point where they said, we're going to have to amputate the dick because we fucked it up. you
no.
know? So at the time, the doctors and the psychologists, they told the mother, listen, we cut off your son's dick, right?
Oops, our bad.
Yeah. Oh, so sorry.
We-
Hey, one little thing.
Here's the thing,
Yeah.
yeah.
His dick's
we
gone.
Cut off your baby's dick. So they said, we can turn what's left, we can do like a sex change and turn it into a vagina.
Oh, my God.
So they said, just raise him as a girl. And problem solved.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but
This might have been a horrible idea.
That's terrible.
Go back 40 years. This is like the psychological thinking of the day. Like, yeah, just raise him as a girl. No problem. Right? So, and they were also giving this child hormones and whatnot.
Oh,
Estrogen and
estrogen.
whatnot
okay.
to make it. And this kid, like the parents, they were encouraged to do this by the psychologists and the doctors. They lied to him his whole life. No, yeah, you're a girl, dressed him in women's
This is
clothes.
so much sadder than my story.
Well, yeah, it
Makes me feel so much better.
Hey, it's getting sadder, and the reason, and you're gonna know why I brought it up because you reminded me to say it. And when he went through puberty, his lats and his shoulders kind of exploded, and he was like a jacked girl, and he was like, "What the fuck?" And finally, his parents were like, "All right, here's the truth.
Jesus Christ.
You had a botched circumcision as a kid, and we had to amputate your penis, and we raised you as a woman." And he was like, he was actually happy because he said he knew something was wrong his entire life. He's like, I just felt like I was living a lie my entire life. And obviously, there's nothing you can do because there was no penis transplant at this point.
Back then, yeah.
Is he hot?
Well,
That's a good question, though. Is he an attractive guy?
Well, here's the thing. He's dead because when he got to 32, 33,
Killed
he
himself.
killed himself.
Yep.
Nice.
And you can speculate, and he was majorly depressed. You can speculate his cock was missing, and he's like, I'm really a guy. I was raised as a woman. I don't have a dick. There's no way to get a dick.
That's totally
He'd kill
understandable.
The suicide rate of like even gays and bisexuals and trans is through the roof. It's crazy. I looked up some.
Probably because the pressure.
Yeah,
from the family.
and people don't accept you. The fact that people don't accept you, you're like, fuck this, and you kill yourself.
It can send you. Like I said, when you get into, no matter what triggers your depression, when you get that freaked out and depressed, you start thinking illogically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what was going on with me, and I can see how people, if I had to live like that, just depression wise, just that much sadness for like months.
Yeah, imagine
I'd end it, bro.
Imagine
Yeah.
your dick is gone.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would be so depressed all the time that the pain of being so awfully sad and scared every day, not worth it, bro.
Right.
And that's why I get like a lot of people like, how could this person kill himself? And it's like when you go through so much pain, no matter like picture being punched in the face every minute for your life. Just picture that.
Well, everyone
aren't you
wants,
gonna want to kill yourself? at one
Everyone
point?
wants acceptance. Like everyone wants to be accepted into the world. If you're a tranny, like people like they treat you differently, and they're like,
It's got to be awful.
And there's so many ignorant people out there
Yep,
too.
exactly.
Especially when you're a kid too. When and that's the thing.
Kids are rotten, man.
Kids just
are
you know,
fucking
and
rotten.
I'm guilty of this. I used to make fun of people because it made me feel better about myself, and people are gonna do that. That's how kids are, and it's just, I feel bad. You know, luckily we're in a society now that's kind of accepting like homosexuality and trans and all that. You know, because
the society, not the president, but the society right now.
yeah, oh yeah, the president.
very
Well,
He don't like that shit.
that's an interesting thing to bring up because it raises the question: is that human nature? Because all kids, you were raised by your mother, and she's a good woman. She didn't raise you to do that, right?
To do what?
To be like a shitty little kid who made fun of like the
Right.
Different people.
to make and I was the same. And when I was a kid, I was rotten too. I was awful,
Yeah.
and my parents were tough, and they were very by the book.
But how much of it for us was comedy? For us, it was
Yeah, a lot of it was comedy.
It was to get a laugh,
To get a laugh,
and which can also hurt feelings.
Which can hurt
But
feelings,
our
but-
ultimate goal is laughs.
right
There
over
are people that
at the expense of someone.
Yeah.
yes,
That's the
some
thing.
people don't do that for laughs. They just do it to
Yes.
do it, and that's what they've
True,
learned.
true.
Right, yeah. But well, my point is this. What I'm trying to get at is when you're a kid, no matter how well you were raised, there is that urge or instinct to try to get over on someone, right?
Of course.
And my question is that nature, is that instinct? Because if you look at the close, and I'm going to bring it back to fucking chimpanzees.
Yeah, no,
You
do it.
knew it. I was bringing it back to chimps.
You love evolution.
Bring it back to chimps, right? They have a whole hierarchy. The weaker you are, the other chimps are going to, fuck you up, and they're going to establish the alpha male, and they're going to establish like the beta male. They're going to establish that totem pole.
Yep.
Based on who's strong.
I'd
and-
say no question. It's
it's nature.
It's nature.
right? Yeah.
I mean, I've seen kids who were raised by great parents and raised the right way be total fucking
shitheads,
maniacs.
absolute shitheads.
And I've seen, dude, I know so many good people with fucking horrible families. It's just there's being a parent, and I'm not a parent obviously, but being a parent, you show them the road. The kid is gonna walk it or not. You know what I'm saying? We have
exactly.
stuff within us that
Yep, there's some stuff you can't control.
Right.
It's so easy to blame the parents, but how many like school shooters, for example, their parents, a lot of them are very normal.
Yeah, yeah.
right, and
Normal
they've tried
people,
and they've
nice
tried
people.
and they've tried everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Medications, psychologists.
But they just had a bad seed.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
only be as a parent. You can only be so responsible. You do your job the best you can, but a person is gonna do what
Yep.
they're gonna do. I feel like a parent shows a kid how to act,
Right.
but when it comes to like deep down within what you want to do, whether you want to make fun of people, whether you want to rob people, a lot of that is just within you. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
a lot of that's nature. It's I think it's like the pecking order. You have to establish who's the dominant one in this group, and that's a very primate behavior.
That's why kids
you know?
do it a lot, because kids are just going on instinct.
They're trying to figure out who's in charge here.
Yeah.
Who's the strong? Who's the weak?
It's no different than the animals in that in that respect. It really is.
Bunch
I
of
think
fucking monkeys.
I think some people, even like aside, I think there's people that are just born bad sometimes
Yeah,
too.
yeah, like just
Shitty people.
bad
And I don't
seeds,
think
right?
it has anything to do with
Right.
wanting to be the alpha. They don't give a fuck about alpha. They just hate people.
It
fucking crazy, yeah.
It could be genetic.
It could
you
be.
know, it
Yeah.
could be genetic.
It's like Macaulay Culkin in The Good Son.
Right,
You couldn't
exactly.
explain that. He just wanted to kill everything and
Oh,
everybody.
now you're talking
Yeah.
about serial killers. Yeah.
Yes.
But even that too, like,
But-
I think that's deep within you. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? Because those people psychologically, they don't have like any remorse.
They can't feel.
You can't teach that.
No.
Remorse is something that comes, in my opinion, within us, right?
Yeah.
Like, I know that killing somebody's bad. Not because my mom told me, but because, dude, it doesn't feel right, man. Like,
Yeah,
feel
it's
right.
ending a life.
Yeah,
And
it
you
doesn't-
kind of did the math in your head. Like,
it feels, in your soul, you know, this isn't right.
Yeah.
Even if, like, my parents, I would say, were like murderers, and I watched it, and they were trying to make me a murderer, I feel like me would still feel within, like,
be like,
something's not right.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah,
thing.
I just feel
really
like-
don't want to kill this person.
Yeah. I just feel like that shit's like that deep within. By the way, you want to make fun of me? Justin's gonna make fun of me for this one. Wanna know how low I got?
Oh, shit.
Well, can I say this before I forget?
Yes.
Because you're saying I'm going to make fun of you.
Yeah.
I have a very similar dick story to you. Remind me to tell you.
Right now. All right, I'm
Well,
just gonna tell you.
let's-
I'll do
after
no,
the break.
Tell me.
All right, I just want to say
Yeah.
before the break.
Oh,
I
it's
just wanna let
similar
you-
dick story.
A mini
huh?
version of
We'll
it.
go in
It's
it.
not that
We
bad.
have dueling
It's drug
dick stories.
It's
Dueling
drug.
dicks.
It's drug related. It's not bacteria related. It's a drug related
Okay.
dick story.
I just want to
Yeah.
let you know that I got so low. That ready? He's gonna kill me for that. I prayed.
Oh, this motherfucker prayed.
I
Let's
knew he
kick
was
the
gonna-
shit out of him,
Yeah,
guys.
exactly.
Come on.
Let's beat him
Let's
up.
kick his ass.
Pray to who,
Yeah.
Scott?
There ain't no God, motherfucker. We're all monkeys.
Shit, listen, we're gonna be back after the break. We
I
gotta.
picture him at his bed
Yeah.
on his knees. It's like,
Hey,
God, make my dick
yeah,
better.
really?
Yeah.
hey, on my knees, on my fucking knees. That's how depressed I was.
Can we talk about the?
Hey, please
Oh,
fix
yeah.
my dick. Literally, dude, it was crazy. It was crazy. But listen,
We'll get into that.
We have to go to a break. We have a song here by it's called by Scare Don't Fear, and it's called Let Out the Beast. All right, these dudes are filthy. We'll be right back.
Wow.
It's jungles, busting your bubble. Attitude by the bundles. Tell your mama and your uncle. I ain't fucking around. Scared of their up ahead, shutting shit down. Invaded villages, invading your town. It's about to be inferno. Don't blame in my eyes, they can burn you. I come out in the night, I'm nocturnal. You say you're real, not even referrals. Fuck what you selling, so fucking commercials. They can't keep me in, it's the beast again. I'm so intense. I've been cooking. Now you see what I'm doing. I look at you and I'm doing. Cleaning me the man and still you wouldn't. Shookin', watch it step footed. Skinny motherfucker that can lift John Goodman. Dominate every day in your face. Ayy, fuck what you think. Keep it 2 cents to the bank. You're a true door and I'm a tank. But fuck up and change the game. This the my friend you can't contain. I'm deranged, God, everybody saying. Who would it let out the beast? He's looking to feast. I refuse to just lay down and see. Somebody's in trouble, rampaging the streets. Who would it let out the beast? Who would it let out the beast? Who would it let out the beast? Somebody's in trouble, rampaging the streets. Who would it let out the beast? Who let out the beast? Who would it let out the beast? I know you feeling paranoia. This shit ain't working, you out of order. You were gonna man, now you corner. Thought you was the chair, now you jobbing. What's the problem? We gon' solve it. You so bad out of shape, boy, you look like a hobbit. Don't make me go on it. I got too much to live for, don't make me turn violent. Divided. Heard you was talking shit, now you silent. You were patient and my new asylum. My new asylum is under a riot. Go Miley Cyrus. Bring the fucking wrecking ball, watch you get demolished. He quicker than Sonic. Better run, boy. Time's ticking and talking. Who let him out? Who got him started? Soon they'll be gone, daily departed. This a warning, ninja, you haunted. Where you leaving? There is open a coffin. I ain't helping, I'm watching, sipping coffee. Walk the plank, I'm sick of you talking. All you wanted was to float. So let's get the fuck off a boat. Who would it let out the beast?
And welcome back to the Whatever Bro podcast. We got Justin in studio. We got Scott. We got sound guy Jeff. Scott finally told us why he was ghost for the last few weeks.
Yep.
And what
Now-
a story it was.
Now we moving on. Now I can
Absolutely.
live my life. And
But be-
Justin, go ahead. I'm sorry. You do.
Before we go on, I did want to mention next week's guest, tentatively scheduled, is current mayor Jazel Correa II. He will be on our show. We're gonna ask him the hard-hitting questions like, "What's your favorite color?" and "What
Do
are
you
your
have
favorite hobbies?"
Do you have
Yeah.
sex with other mayors? Yes, absolutely.
I did not.
Female
have.
mayors.
Don't you dare do that shitty Bill Clinton fucking.
Don't make me do it.
And
Bill Clinton.
also, Jeff,
Yeah,
sponsors.
Just plug the sponsors real quick. Again, share this video. Share
this.
any of the podcast.
Many reshares.
Yes. So
As many as
Pachico's
possible.
Furniture, Unique Customs, Phoenix Marketing. You see their ads flashing on the
Why
screen
would
now.
they share?
Because all those companies are teaming up with 59 Media, and they're going to purchase an Xbox One
Bam!
S, and they're going to give that away
Wow.
on the last Whatever Bro podcast before Christmas. We'll be drawing their name. Anybody that shares any of the podcasts, especially this one, share this one.
Word.
And we announced the winner on December 19th.
It's either the 19th or the 20th, whatever that Tuesday is before Christmas.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So share, and you will fucking win.
And Jeff, let me
Xbox
ask,
One.
Xbox
let me
One
ask you
S.
this: what is the difference between an Xbox One and an Xbox One S?
That's my geek cred. I'm not an Xbox guy, so I'm
You don't even know that one?
not, I can look it
Wow.
up.
What kind
I
of
thought-
geek is this?
Yeah.
Hey.
Fraud nerd.
Yeah.
You're a fraud.
You're
an
not even
imposter.
You're not even a dork.
You're a fucking fake geek. I thought you would have known that one.
I can look that up.
No, I don't want you
I
to.
mean, there's a
I
lot
wanted
of-
the knowledge from your head.
I'm PlayStation 4, man.
All right, understandable.
I don't
There's
mess
a
with
lot of
Xbox.
nerdy shit out there, though. Like, you can't
That's
expect
true.
them to
That's
know
like-
True.
everything.
True.
That's like saying, "Oh, I'm a fan of music," and then you ask them somebody who's like sings like country, alt rock, Christian stuff.
No,
But
because this would be like a genre, man. Xbox. You know what? We're not going to get into it.
Did you just say genre?
Jeff, we're not
I'm
mad.
not really sure what that means.
We're not mad. We're just disappointed. All right.
you and my parents.
So you had a similar dick story? Is that correct?
Well, before we get to my dick story, the final synopsis, final analysis on your dick is what? Was it a bacterial thing or
Nobody knows.
It was
It's
just-
an unidentified disease.
Yeah.
No. It was some kind of.
Chronic. No,
It was some kind of infection that either went through the radar in one of the tests or that. Dude, I do not know.
It was your dick was a UFO. It was an unidentified fucking object.
Yes,
right.
yes, it was. And now I'm just so thankful that my dick's back.
Yeah.
Back
and
to
it
normal.
got my. I recovered mentally like 6 days. Like I feel normal
Nice.
again. Like I didn't think I'd
Reunited.
feel like this for again.
Yeah.
I knew it would happen once you saw improvement.
Yep.
Because that always brings you up when you see things looking a little better than they did last week. You're
Correct.
like, all right, so maybe I will get better, and they won't have to amputate my thing.
Absolutely gave me faith. So just
So, ladies, if you're listening, his dick is 100%.
yeah, but they're not gonna believe that. I'm never getting laid again. I don't even care.
Well,
What a podcast to get a lot of listeners on.
Oh, I'll never get that.
What-
Like no matter what I say, a girl's gonna
Yeah.
be. I think about it the reversal. If there's a girl who was on and she's like said this story,
Yeah.
I'd be like, wouldn't you be like, I'm never hitting that? You know what I'm saying? So I expect.
Imagine if
that.
all our views started dropping the minute you gave the news of what you had. And
It was like the
"This
downfall."
viewers, 99, 98, 99.
You guys had to kick
we're
me
about
off the
half
show?
now.
Oh shit! But
So I was gonna say for a fraction, I understand kind of what you're going through. My experience was really 24 hours, whereas yours was close to a month. So
3 weeks.
Yeah, yours was 3 weeks. So
Yeah.
it obviously doesn't compare.
But
I had a taste of what you went through, and this was drug related, not like bacteria related.
gotcha.
Where I had
Reaction.
I was going to Bridgewater State College.
When was this?
I didn't even want to try to calculate how many years ago
Wow,
this
okay.
was. Now I'll be depressed after this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to. I'll have to bump something
Okay,
into
so-
my. Yeah.
Give this my brain
Yeah,
pills, my habit
yeah.
pills.
So yeah, I was. I fucked off because I was partying a lot, and I had.
I fucked off. That's-
Yeah, I completely
Well, I
fucked off.
fucked off
Yeah.
here.
I don't really know what that means.
Yeah, I know, me neither.
Well, I fucked off like, oh, you have like this do, and instead of doing it and concentrating, you completely fuck off and go.
You put it off.
Try to get with girls and party
Yeah,
and
have
go
fun.
out, and hang out with your friends. So I fucked off.
All right.
It's a great term.
It is.
I highly
Yeah,
recommend
yeah.
using the
I
term
fucked
"fucked
off.
off" in the future. So I completely fucked off, and I was in a situation where I had 3 projects, 3 different classes due, and I was like, Christ, I can't imagine.
Adderall.
I can't imagine Adderall. Yeah, I can't imagine accomplishing this in one night. And then I ran into a buddy of mine. I won't say his name. He'd probably be cool with it. We all know him, but Jason Andrean.
I didn't have to say anything.
He always does that. He
I
never
just-
censors
yeah.
anyone.
Yeah.
But he's like, I have just the thing for you. And I had never experimented with Adderall before. He's like, I have just the thing for you, man. He's like, it's called Adderall. He's like, it will give you laser focus. It's unbelievable, right? And I was like, that sounds perfect. It sounds exactly like what I need. So I took Adderall, and I ended up taking like way too much, having never taken it. But I have to say, I was just lasered in. I was doing
So it worked with what you needed to do in getting projects done. and stuff.
Adderall, I want to say this, has amazing properties. Like, you could do something that you would find unbelievably dull, unbelievably boring, like an art history project, which is one of the things I had to do.
And be totally into
and you'd
it.
be so into it. You'd be laser focused.
I've heard, yeah.
Yeah. You're excited about it. It has that property where it can make terribly monotonous things actually interesting and exciting. Which is
Sounds fantastic.
Which is bizarre that a pill could do that.
I know.
If you really think about it.
Yeah.
So I take a bunch of pills, way too much, and I bang out all my projects in one night, and no sleep. And the night before I was, fucking off. So now it's night 2 with no sleep, and I go to school. I'm up at Bridgewater, and I'm handing in my projects, and I'm really tweaky at this point.
Yeah,
You're probably coming down
I'm
from
coming.
it, too.
Well, I'm in like that jittery phase, which I had never experienced.
Plus, you got no sleep, so your body's
No
all
sleep.
confused.
48 hours, no sleep, coming down off of way too much Adderall, and I'm tweaky is the best way to describe it. It's like cold sweats, but also like I'm kind of shaking. I'm kind of sweating at the same time, which doesn't make any sense because you're cold, you're hot.
Right.
And there was this girl I would always talk to in class, and I was so out of my mind. I was sweating, and I was like, did I pee my pants? Because I sweated too much, and I'm feeling my crotch, literally feeling my crotch in class and my legs, and I look over. She's staring right at me because normally I'd come in and I'd try to flirt with her and whatnot.
Yeah.
And
You came in with piss pants.
Today I came in and said nothing to her and was just like grabbing my balls and dick, and, looking
All soggy?
looking at which way. I was like,
You probably stunk like pee, too.
Yeah, I probably smelled. I was like, oh, hi, how are you? And she's like,
So you pissed yourself in class?
no, I was just so sweaty, like
Oh,
cold sweats. So,
okay.
What the hell does that have to do with your penis?
I'm getting to that.
all right,
Ready?
all right.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, Christ, I have to go to the bathroom and see if I peed my pants or not. By this point, I'm out of my mind. I haven't slapped them on drugs.
So you were sweating, but you thought you peed yourself.
I'm sweating and I'm cold.
He knows nothing about what's going on, dude.
I'm sweating, I'm cold, I've
clue.
taken way too much
When
Adderall.
you ever say, "Did I piss myself?" Like you should know.
You have to question it? Yeah.
I know.
If you ever ask yourself that question,
Go to bed.
You have problems. Go home. Yeah.
You need a nap.
Yeah. So I
Oh
was
shit.
I head to the bathroom and I was like, "Shit, did I really pee my pants? I don't know. I'm so out of my mind, right?" And by the way, Adderall
is great.
Adderall, if you look at it chemically, it's speed. It's essentially speed.
Yeah.
It's pharmaceutical speed.
Yeah.
And I took way too much, so I went to the bathroom to just check my underwear, check my pants to see if I had peed myself, and I didn't. I was just really sweaty. And I was like, all right, I'll just take a piss. And normally I pull my penis out and it's like, but I pulled my dick out and it was like, and I was like, what the? Usually I'm like a foot away grabbing it, and this time I'm like, what the?
So your penis
Dude,
had shrunk.
My dick looked like I was skating on an ice pond, and then the ice gave through, and I fell through the ice, and it looked that bad. Like I had fell into freezing water.
So it was very, very small.
Dude,
Is that like later looking at it? Was that a side effect of Adderall or?
Absolutely. Well, I'll get to that.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
yeah, so my dick is like shrunk, like I'm shocked. I've never seen it like this, right? And not only is it shrunk, it's also like turning colors that it doesn't normally turn.
What kind of
And
colors?
Finally,
it's like-
someone knows my pain.
It's like gray, kind of purple, kind of gray, like.
Oh, no.
And the
looks
worst,
like it's dying.
It looks like it's dying. And the worst part is the color. I should say the worst part is it feels cold to the touch, like
Like it's dying.
like
Yeah.
a
At that point, it was probably gone.
It's cold.
Yeah.
It's a cold.
And it's still gone,
It's
right?
like an icy dick.
Yeah.
It's shrunken. It's grayish purple.
Okay.
Pruny.
Pruny. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? So I just jetted out of there. I
You pissed your pants.
I went home and I was like, all right, maybe I didn't know what was going on. I was so out of my mind because
You didn't put the dots together.
yeah, not sleeping, and I'm on speed essentially. I went home. I was like, I'll take a hot shower. Oh, I'm sorry. I should point this out. When I discovered this at the
You got
urinal,
pink eye. You got pink eye.
Well, yeah, I got pink eye. double pink eye. Well, when I first discovered this, I'm at Bridgewater University, and I'm like, I went to pee at the urinal, and I saw my like shrunken purple grayish cock that's cold, and I was so like stupefied. I tried to like batting it to try to like
wake it up.
Yeah,
I would have like pulled it
Yeah.
out, like tried to, yeah.
I was essentially jerking off, like, come on, like
Yeah.
You wanted to
screaming
give
at
it
my dick,
the paddles, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And I was so late, like so focused in, I didn't realize like there's a guy peeing right on the side of me. It wasn't for like at least a full minute where I was like, oh,
Didn't know you were
yeah,
here.
yeah. Long story, buddy. So I took off. I went home. I took like the hottest shower I could take. So I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe
Yeah.
it's a blood flow situation. Didn't work. I was super nervous, and all I could think was,
There's no Google on your phone at this point either.
no. Yeah, this was years ago. So all I could think of, and this is what reminded me of the story, is you were like, my dick doesn't work. I might as well kill myself. At the time, I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the emergency room at St. Anne's. If they tell me this dick is useless or has to be amputated, what is the least painful way to kill myself? And
by the way, it's funny you bring that up.
Yeah.
When someone says that, that's a real, like, I really have thought about that in my life
seriously,
before.
I was serious. I was like, should I jump off a tall? Should I
Nope.
jump off the bridge?
The easiest
Should
way,
I-
by the way, I could tell you,
Carbon monoxide?
I would say a bunch of like heroin.
Bunch of
because
heroin, okay.
the worst outcome is you OD and wake up, you just got super high.
Yeah.
And if you do die, you feel no pain.
The carbon monoxide.
All right.
Sitting in the car, closing the windows with the hose through the window. That might be a good one.
I love this.
That's like a real
Yeah.
thing.
No, it
you
is.
see that in movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it works. But the heroin thing is you go out on a great high and you don't feel anything. You know what I mean? You pretty much die in your sleep.
That's true.
Yeah.
You want to go out on like a good drug.
Yes.
A drug where you'll just be so high.
That's my
that you
biggest
won't
thing
even-
in life.
Float away.
Yeah,
You know,
I want to,
exactly.
even whenever it happens, whenever I pass away, I just hope it's in a hospital bed and I'm medicated like fucking super heavily.
Yep,
You know what I mean?
Loaded with morphine.
And just go to sleep.
Yeah.
Like that's the way, I think that's the way anybody would want to go. You know
Yeah,
what I
I'd
mean?
prefer to be captured by ISIS. That's just like
Have your head slowly sawed off.
He's a real
You know?
man right
Yeah.
there, man.
Yeah.
That's a real
that's
fucking
just
dad.
that's just me. So
You'll
Yeah.
be getting killed by ISIS. I'll be like, yeah, that feels good.
heroin.
Get him, Joe. Your head. Oh, is that Joe's head? Joe's head rolling down the
Rolling down the hill.
So
Psych, this was hidden in my butt the whole time. Yeah.
did that finally? So what happened? 24 hours.
Well, what happened was I was like, all right, I'm going to the emergency room. And thank God I didn't, because my dick was at its worst state. Its worst for like I said, you guys have been in like freezing cold water
Right,
before.
right.
Really
Yeah.
cold water.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Women don't know this, but like your dick will go like
Zip.
it'll shrink right up,
shrivels,
it'll
yeah.
Like a
shrink
turtle
right
in
up
its
on you.
shell.
Yeah.
And that is not representative of its true format, you know? So I was like, damn, I'm going to either A, go to the emergency room, or I'm going to go to another, because I was calling everyone. I was calling the guy who sold it to me. I was calling like other buddies. No one was answering their phone.
You couldn't do any research, huh?
No, I was
Yeah.
just calling. This is before,
Yeah.
like you said, before
Google,
Google.
yeah.
I'm calling humans.
That's not all we
That's
are,
what
by
you
the
did.
way.
Yeah, that's what you did before Google. You called people.
We lived before Google. Yeah.
Hello, operator. Would you connect me to my drug dealer?
Shit, dude, that's hilarious.
So I was calling. I had one buddy who was doing it quite frequently. So I was like, "Fuck it." He's not answering his phone. I'm going straight to his house.
Yep, that's the right thing to do.
Yeah. I went there, banged on his door. He wasn't answering. I opened it. Thankfully, it was unlocked. I went in. He's sleeping. And I was just shaking him. I was slapping him. I was so anxious and so nervous.
Yeah.
Your dick's on the line.
You're on 48 hours no sleep. Yeah.
No sleep.
You're like, is this normal?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on speed. I'm essentially on fucking speed. 2 hours, 2 days, no sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm shaking his. I started slapping him across the face. I was like, "Wake up!" And he woke up. He's like, what's up, man?" And I was like, "Listen to me.
Yeah.
Does your dick ever shrink or not work on Adderall?" And he looks at me like I have him by the neck, and
Yeah.
he's like, all the time.
Hey, how
said-
did you feel?
I
when
was
you
like,
heard
I
that?
dropped. First of all, I let go of his neck. He dropped to the mattress, and I was like, "Oh, thank God."
I'm gonna
You
go
know?
home and sleep. Yeah, that
Go
was
home
what
and
you
fucking-
needed though.
That's
was
something
cool,
he
yeah.
could have told you before you took it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no
no one gave me a
shit.
fucking heads up on this. You know.
But it's probably because you took too much. But
I took way too much,
Hearing
yeah.
that, now what you heard, right? And
Yeah.
that you went through 20. I was waiting to hear that.
One day,
for
you went
3
through.
weeks.
You went through 3 weeks.
I
of
just
this,
wanted
yeah.
one doctor to be like, dude. If that doctor, by the way, the last one had said to me, "Hey, look, man, I don't know what this is, but I'll tell you, your body's gonna take care of this. You know, it's just an infection."
Yeah.
would have been different.
That's what he should have said.
He should have, and that's
Yeah.
why I'm mad.
They're
because
supposed to make you feel better, even if they're lying.
I would say so. Yeah. And like, but it did go away on its own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead,
Well, you know what? That's a critique of doctors. Is to become a doctor, you have to be almost like Aspergerish, you know?
Yeah,
Like-
and possibly emotional.
I do get that
Exactly,
part
yeah.
because you want the right answer.
Right.
But for him to be like, I don't know if this is gonna go away. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's most doctors are not comforting because to
Right.
become a doctor, you have to be kind of a little tweaked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super fucking.
You have to be
smart.
like stone cold and
Yeah.
Yeah,
straight
you,
up.
You almost have to be like on the spectrum to become like that autism spectrum to become a
Yeah.
doctor, and that does not go well with
You're right.
comforting someone.
Absolutely.
So for him, he's just like, I'm a robot
Yes.
person.
Your dick. I'm not calculating.
Yeah, it does not compute.
Yeah.
disease unidentified.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
I'll tell you anything, and I give advice to anybody who has like an issue that's weird.
Yeah.
Or something that's like not common. Go to Boston. It's an hour away, people. You know what I'm saying? Go to Boston.
So thinking back on it, would you have done that from the beginning?
Right from the
Like
get-go.
say this happens again, God forbid.
Yeah.
You would
Going to
go
Boston.
directly to Boston.
Well, I can't go anywhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everywhere. So I firmly believe that if I had gone to Boston, they would have been like, listen, we're not letting you get out of here until we figure out what's wrong. That's what you should do.
Yeah.
A guy comes in with his dick all fucked up and you've tested for everything. You should be like, yo, we're not going to let you leave until we figure this
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, you're not allowed to say, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not allowed to look at the nurse and be like,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and go like this with your shirt.
yeah, dude.
that is.
Yeah, so that's why, and
He's in
from what I've heard, Boston, they got everything in one facility. So they're like, oh,
Yeah.
we're going to have you seated.
They're on top of everything.
They're the best doctors in the world. So
Yeah, Boston is literally the
Best in the world.
The best medical
Yeah.
facilities in the world.
We really lucked out in that sense. If anything serious
yes.
ever happens to us, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, we're flown to Boston, and it's literally
an hour away.
It's so quick to get to.
Well, maybe with your insurance.
Yeah, but agreed. That's why. Where we at, Jeff? Minute wise.
We're about an hour and 5 minutes in.
Yeah, but
Okay.
how do our dicks look?
I can't see that. Far.
Like, not bad, right? Not bad.
I mean, we can talk about our yoga experience.
Oh yeah,
last
you guys went.
Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
You guys did hot yoga.
Yep, last Tuesday.
Can I say before
Yeah,
we
go
get
ahead.
into that, one thing? And you talk about depression, right? You talk about anxiety. I think that's something that every single person has.
Of course.
Every single person.
Some people
has
don't tap into it that
to
much.
some degree.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And,
of course.
Just
definitely.
it's more severe if you're actually diagnosed with it.
correct.
I feel like.
Right,
No, correct.
yeah.
Like
Right.
if something traumatic happened to you, you would absolutely feel the depression. that I
Yeah,
felt.
and you'd get stressed out just as someone
Of course.
with depression would. Except people with depression, I think a lot differently.
overthinking.
Exactly.
We go straight to the darkness and we freak out too much, and I just lose logic. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I lose the ability to, like you were thinking, you not even 24 hours, you're ready to fucking kill
Oh yeah,
yourself.
I was like, what's the easiest? I was like, what's the easiest way to
Yeah.
die? Once I get confirmation, what's the easiest way to kill myself?
That's
if I don't
severe.
if my dick doesn't.
Now
work
that is
anymore.
severe anxiety right,
Right.
there. That's
Even-
a level-headed person would at least be like, I'm gonna wait
Yeah.
a couple days. You freaked out. Well,
Yeah,
you also
see how this
Adderall'd
goes.
up,
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Even to Google best ways to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Like if there's no Google back then, it's like, what the hell do? You have to ask
Yeah.
friends.
You're
Hey,
calling
Hey, what's the
humans.
best way? To,
Yeah.
hey, mom, dad, what's the best way for me to kill myself?
I did call one guy and tell him like, hey, when you a friend of mine who had experimented with Adderall before, I said, hey, you've done Adderall before. He's like, yeah, all the time. I said, did your dick ever shrink? Because my dick's like really fucked up. I'm thinking about like killing myself if it doesn't like.
And he said, "No, man."
well, he goes, he's like, no, like my dick's always been fine.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
And I was like, I'm thinking about like just jumping off like the Bragger Bridge, and he goes, that sucks, man.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, I was like, all right, well, I'll catch you later.
Thanks.
I'll call the next guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
thanks
Terrible.
for not helping me at all.
Right.
Probably not the best friend right there.
But my point is this: like any person in the world, I think, has experienced depression,
course.
has experienced anxiety.
Yes.
And there's nothing worse than when you're in that state and you're with people and they go, "Hey, man,
How you doing?
just get over it."
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
people
Hey,
don't- hey,
why don't you just deal with it and
Most
get over it?
most people do not give a fuck about
No.
your well-being. If you're going through a bad spot, like you or I might be able to look at someone and be like, "Oh man, he's struggling right now,"
Yeah.
and try and make him feel better. There are people though that are just like, no, you'll feel good in the morning. Like,
Yeah.
and they kind of
Yeah.
just they're ignorant and they shake it off.
Hey, guy.
That sort of thing is not something you can just shake off. You need
Right.
to talk it out. You need people to be like, "Hey, everything's gonna be okay."
Yep.
Like,
And even all that,
you will get medicine that fixes this.
and even all that couldn't lift me up. You
Right.
know?
Yeah, even that. But it helps. Like when
Absolutely.
there's someone there to be like, like, hey, no, it's gonna be fine, man. This happened to my friend, or this happened to me. You know what I mean?
That definitely helps, big
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
There's not a button like if there was a like that idea of like, hey, just get over it or just deal with it. That's essentially saying like that there's a magic button that you can press that you didn't think of. Obviously, if there was that out, you would have pressed the do not be depressed button.
That's just like Joe said, though. That's just ignorance.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just,
and a lot of like I said, anxiety and depression. That's shit. Like for me, a lot of time there's no triggers. So when I used to not be on medicine, I'd feel like that for no reason all the time. And I saw Tom Cruise did an interview once, and he was like all against medication. And he was like, because he doesn't have anything really, any kind of, and he was like, no, you have to find the source of the problem.
Right.
And what I would say to people that say that
crap, yeah.
is there's no source sometimes. You know, like when if I'm not on medication, I'm a basket case, I'm angry, I'm sad, and I'm scared all the time for no reason. There's no source.
Right.
It's just chemicals are fucked up.
Yep.
So the medicine I take evens it out and allows me to be me. you
Right.
know?
There's a lot of people that don't think depression exists, or they misunderstand what depression is. I feel like so many people out there think depression is just like, oh, he's just sad all the time. It's like, no, it's a chemical imbalance
Yes.
that causes
you're dealing with brain chemistry.
Absolutely, and that's why when I opened the show, I said I hate that they call it anxiety and depression.
Right.
If they had some kind of monosis name, one of those depression, then
Yeah.
it would be like, oh wait, that's a big word.
Exactly.
If
And
it
then they
sounded
take
more
it
scientific.
They take it more seriously. I don't like that they call it. It's not just constant sadness, dude. It's like you said, it's brain chemistry.
Yeah.
My brain chemistry is off. You want to
that
know
you
why?
can't control.
Right. Exactly.
It's not like, oh, Scott, will you get in a better mood, please?
That's a good point. Like
Hey, guy.
certain parts of it, you can like fucking toughen up.
Yeah.
But you can't change the way you feel. You can only change the way you act.
Guy, just get over it, bro.
Yes.
Just fucking deal with
Why
this
is this
guy.
guy such a buzzkill all the time?
What the fuck?
And my it skips a generation. It's biological. My grandmother died of this shit, man.
Yeah.
She never could. She had severe anxiety and depression,
Right.
and more anxiety. But she never could get right. Like I remember my grandmother, and she ended up getting Alzheimer's, and just she literally lost her mind.
right?
So that shit, like I have a little bit of that.
That's another thing. You're influenced by your genetics, too.
Yeah, man. And you can't do anything about it. That's why people who don't have a problem with depression and anxiety say, like you said, Joe, they're just like, dude, just
Get over it,
Exactly.
man.
They have to
just
understand-
fucking deal with
Just
it.
turn that frown
Yeah.
upside
Hey,
down.
and it's like, guess what? If I could press the fucking get over it button, don't you think I would have done that by now?
Yeah.
You know?
the happy button.
Yeah, Einstein. Hey,
Yeah.
have you tried just getting over it?
Yeah.
Go fuck your mother.
Yeah,
All right?
That's like
Hey, let's just go get some ice cream. That'll fix everything.
like let's say a dude he just watched his mother get hit by a car, and 10 minutes later you're like, get over it.
Yeah, man.
Dude, you can't. You're super fucked up right now.
Hey, that's in the past. I know. It's over and done with, man.
Let's just put it behind us.
Yeah.
You can't live it in
No,
the
literally,
past.
put the body behind us
Yeah.
because it's in the street.
Yeah, it's being dragged by that 18-wheeler down the street. It's literally behind us now, right? But Scott, I relate to that because I've never taken antidepressants, but I will experiment with psychedelic. I take mushrooms at least once a year.
Yeah.
Like a heavy.
I think
dose.
there's a huge, and it sucks that I haven't taken. I think there's a huge benefit to taking mushrooms, particularly.
Well, there's a correlation between psychedelics and antidepressants because both act on
Serotonin.
serotonin. Yeah.
That's
So
the imbalance. Is not enough serotonin or too much.
Right. Exactly.
Right. And I've wanted to do mushrooms for years, and I'm too much. Like I said, I know how fragile my mind is.
Yeah.
So I'm scared to do something like that and lose my mind.
Right.
I mean, look what just happened to me. My dick was fucked up, and I almost lost my fucking mind. So if I'm on a trip and I look at the world differently now, I don't want to come out of that trip and that can happen. So that's why I'm scared to do it. But I'm super into what psychedelics can do. I'm too much of a bitch to take it. My mind's too fragile, man. I don't want to lose it.
We'll start you on 1 gram.
So I thought that was the
You're on
plan.
a low dose.
Like
you know?
we talked about, I'll take enough to maybe not even get high. That way, the next time I take a little more.
Take
And then
out. We'll
let it-
drag you out into the forest.
Yeah.
Then when he tells us about how the experience was, he'll be like, "Guy, you don't even know, bro.
Oh, bro.
You don't even know, cuz."
We'll pull you out into the forests of Maine. You'll be under the Milky Way galaxy. You'll be surrounded
not
by
a-
cool people.
I'm not a big shroomer, but I would document this experience.
Yeah. Well,
So, what people were doing from the outside in,
Yeah.
not high, right?
Exactly. Because that's one thing I'm like, I think about it, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do it. I don't know if I have that need. There's people who are like, I want this. I want this feeling. I'm like, It's not like that much of an appeal to me. Maybe I'm missing out. Maybe I just haven't had that chance.
Maybe you're missing out.
I mean, according to you, it seems like I'm missing out.
Speaking of missing out, I missed out on the yoga thing.
You did. Justin and I did yoga. This is what we're going to get into.
All right.
So we had Tara on, Tara Winterhalter, last week.
Winterhalter.
Winterhalter. And she was like, "You guys,
Man,
coming,
she's
you
ugly,
guys
huh?
coming to my class?" Oh, she's disgusting.
Gross.
I
How
could
do you-
not stand looking at her for a full
I was
hour.
cringing. I was cringing the whole
God.
time.
I saw you guys were having her on, and I was like, that girl.
Yeah.
Bogus.
So,
I was
so
like,
he
well,
made up the story about being sick just to not be on that.
I was like, "Well, I feel bad for her. I guess I'll let her on the show."
Clearly the hottest girl in the Northeast.
She's been trying for a very long time. She got you to do booty yoga.
I did
And
booty yoga, but
and
not hot yoga like you guys did.
We didn't do hot yoga.
did-
It was regular.
We did. Infrared yoga.
Infrared. Exactly.
It was so hot in there due to the body heat. I was like, oh man, it's got to be
Oh, yeah.
110.
Dude, I was nervous because I'm a sweater.
Yeah.
He had done it before any of us. I was supposed to originally go with Scottie. So after he did it and
Bailed.
I canceled, I totally bailed, and I admitted that to Tara later.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, she's going to let it go now. Because Scott did it. Like, at least one of us
Then
did
you
it.
made
She's
a
going to let us go.
mistake.
Every week, she was just not like bothering me with
Nudging
it. But
you?
she'd nudge me with it.
Poking.
So when are you going to
Just
take my class?
poking.
So when are you going to take my class?
Oh,
And then
yeah.
I got to a point, she was on the show last week, and she was just like, Joe, are you going to do the class? Called me out on the air.
Yeah.
And then Justin agreed to do it with me. So I was like, listen, at least I'll have somebody to do
Yeah.
it with. And I couldn't cancel this time. I absolutely had to do it. We did it. And what was your impression? A hell of a workout, I would say.
I want to say before you answer that, how
Yeah.
many times did you guys think during the
It's over.
do you want to be like I'm thinking about walking out because I did it about 4 times and I'm like I can't. There's all women
Yeah.
here. I'm gonna look like the biggest
Nope,
bitch.
you can't.
But there was 4 times I was like all I can think about is pizza and a cigarette right now. Like this is horrible.
I have this weird state of mind where if I'm breaking a sweat and I'm doing something beneficial for my body, I won't even think twice
Kind of get
about
like
it.
that runner's high type thing. like
Exactly,
this-
because I'll run distances here and there, and like I think that's a true test. If you run fast for a distance and you can deal with that like pain in a way,
Right.
You can kind of deal with
Yeah,
whatever.
and you're a runner.
Exactly. I'm not flexible at all, but that class it was about an hour, I would say, and I was
it was an hour.
drip sweating.
Mix, yeah, and everyone was though. And that's why I told you, I
yeah,
was like, don't worry
everyone
about it.
was.
Everyone's drip sweat.
I just sweat more than a normal human being.
But no one's gonna be like, look how much he's
Yeah, no
sweating.
one will
They're
know
just
that.
like we're in 100-degree weather doing yoga. Like we're hot.
I'm doing downward facing dog, and my hands are slipping on the mat because I was so sweaty. I was like,
Yeah.
Well,
And then
well,
when you do that, you like the sweat comes right here and then just drips
awful.
down. Yeah,
Yep.
it's fucked.
I had to actually take a break, not because I was exhausted,
dry
but because I had to
yourself.
dry my body, legs, arms, neck, head.
Fucking crazy.
I mean, this guy's not as bad sweating as I am, but there were a few poses he did that only a select few could do because he's got yoga experience.
Well,
yeah.
And they
what
were
can you do? right?
and they were doing their tribal calls
Oh
to
my
you.
God.
I think that was a mating call.
By the way, that was the funniest part. That was like, I wish Joe was here right now. Yeah, because like they get to like a pose they like and they go, "Wah, la, 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 la," and I'm like,
It's a bunch of
"What?"
Xena warrior princesses in there, axes and.
Oh man,
That is a coyote call.
Yeah.
That
Is it?
sounds exactly like a coyote. Like,
I'll never do it again.
you know?
And then they'd beat the floor
Yeah,
like drums.
they kind of drum, you know?
Yeah,
Actually,
I'm gonna be honest.
when I did the
I semi enjoyed the weirdness of it.
I was scared and also turned on.
Oh yeah, I was
You know,
I was
but, like,
terrified.
Not boner turned on, just like, oh, this is kind of cool. Because
Yeah.
like,
You can't get in,
No, you could not.
Like there was so many chicks in there when I was there. When I'm sure there was with you.
Oh, absolutely.
In yoga gear,
Yeah, like,
beautiful
sweating,
spandex underwear.
and I'm like, I can see. There's some girls I could see vagina outline.
Oh, absolutely.
And I swear to God, didn't even give a fuck. 'Cause
Nope.
I'm like,
No,
and they
they're
were
trying to survive.
Yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah.
trying to fucking survive.
they
in
were
there.
like, all right, the skinny girls, there's chubby girls, there's whatever,
everything you want.
And to them, they're like, oh, like he's probably not into me, like. But I was into literally every one of those. There.
I would have smashed every girl in that class
Exactly.
easily.
Yep,
Easily.
And they don't think like that. We do. Like him and I were in there, and we're just like, damn, this is
Dude.
a nice environment.
Like when a girl goes in a room and there's a lot of like big, strong guys, is that testosterone. Well, whatever they got, that's what when I was in the room, I was like,
yep. and it's funny, like you said, you're looking at it and you're like, you're turned on in your mind, but you're so fucking
Yeah.
exhausted trying
No.
to survive.
Exactly.
That you're just like, I can't. I don't have the energy to be horny.
There were so many beautiful women in that class, and they're all wearing essentially spandex underwear. They're wearing sports bras, and they're
tights.
wearing kind of like a spandex underwear, like a bikini bottom kind of thing, or a short. And I couldn't I didn't even check out a single girl. I could like theoretically appreciate like, oh, that girl's beautiful, but like I couldn't like
Exactly.
I wasn't lustful because it was just like I have to fucking survive.
Yeah, I have to get through this.
It is
1
just-
hour of pain.
Oh man,
Well, we're through 1 hour of a show, and
I know.
what a
Hell
heck
of
of
a
a
show,
show,
guys.
Heck of a
Seriously.
show. My dick's back to normal. That's
right.
Well, I'm back on the show. Whatever, bro, is back in full gear.
That's right. Special thanks to our sponsors, Unique Customs, Pachico's Furniture, Phoenix Marketing. Phoenix Marketing is hiring, correct, Jeff?
Correct. You can follow the ads on the screen right now. It's got the number. Give them a call.
And if you want to see our videos and all this stuff, whatever, bro, you type whatever, bro, where? Anywhere.
WhateverBroFilms.com.
WhateverFilms.com.
shout out
Group
to
page, fan
shout out
page.
to Adderall. You will do your art history project. It will shrink your dick for at least 48 hours. That's the
Absolutely.
only.
But it goes
Yeah.
back to normal.
Yes,
it will.
does.
You will return to normal.
We're going out to a song. It's Michael O'Neal. He's taking us away with, hold on, I got this, Michael O'Neal. Not My Hero.
That's right.
See you
And we
later.
got Jazel Korea, the mayor, on
Next
next
week.
week.
I walk this place alone, I ain't got no home. I'm not looking for a place to stay, and I don't want your sympathy. They say the walk is worse than the bite. If I were you, I wouldn't break that fight. No, you're not a king. So remember one thing. You're not a hero, you are just a man. You're not my hero, you are not my friend. You're not a threat. I'll take that.
Ladies.
You can go. I'm fading
Ladies-
out.
Y'all must have forgot.
Oh.
Fading you out perfect.
Hello?
Hey, we're there.
I got nothing.
I do.
Yeah.
Testing.
Did the
Yeah, I hear you, Joe.
My
You're good.
headphones are out. All right, I'll talk anyways. This is Overtime with Whatever Bro podcast, and it's all set. And we were thinking to ourselves, we forgot to do Freestyles, something
Every
we do
episode.
after every episode. Justin and I completely butchered it last week.
Botched it.
However,
Big
we're
time.
hoping to make up here. I'm not going to make up for shit, but hopefully
Well,
one of you guys.
I
I
got
will
you.
also suck.
Hey, we're gonna come
Yeah.
back hard. We all suck, man.
We're
But
gonna start off by giving Scott a show-related, topic-related word.
we know what that's gonna
Do you
be.
have it?
Are we doing STD right off the bat?
All right.
Could do it.
All right.
Are we doing
STD?
urologist?
Either that
Let's-
or infection?
Let's give them
do
options.
you want?
Infection, STD, urologist.
I'm gonna
Scott,
try to go to
pick.
all of them. I'm gonna try and go.
Okay,
do
all of them.
go of them,
do
yeah.
STD for now.
STD.
Yeah,
All right.
start with STD.
Oh shit!
Oh, that beat gets you excited, doesn't it?
Yeah. Shit. So my dick started burning. I'm like, what could this be? I go get tested for an STD. I go to head of urology, and they're like, I don't know what to do, bro. See you later. And they sent me somewhere else. I didn't know what was going on with my dick. What else? What can I do? It pees when I burn. No. I say it burns when I pee. Shit. All right, I'll kick you in. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, I'll
But
again.
don't look at me.
All right,
We're both petrified to go.
I'll give you.
Wait,
one
we'll
more.
save you. We'll save you.
All right, you save
yeah,
me.
Yeah,
All right.
good.
All right. I looked at my dick and I was like, do I oil it? Because it burns every time I piss in the toilet. Oh, shit. I'm never having sex again. What am I going to do? Am I going to fuck men? Can't do that either. I can't get a boner. Stone, I don't know her.
Yo, from Scott's knowledge, I've been paid in spades. Urologist diagnosed him. Man, I'm sorry, it's AIDS.
That was terribly offbeat.
I know. I have no rhythm. I have no rhythm.
Yeah. All right, let's give Joe one.
Yeah, you watched the show. Yeah, I'll see ya. Next week we got on Jazel Korea. He's the mayor of our great city. What? I don't need your pity.
No, you don't, but we need a titty. But Tara's not here this week. Ooh, that makes me gritty. But we got a mayor on next week. So a lot of comedy is what y'all seek. Justin, I'ma pass the mic to you, cause your dick is small, so fuck you.
Whoa, bro, I don't know about that assessment. And I'm gonna tell you, I need a freshman. And I've been watching, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You guys have seen the show, Hillary? I don't know. I guess I would allow her to blow. I'm sorry, help me. I don't know.
Jeff, come on in. Get him, Jeff.
Jeff. Jeff, come on, Jeff.
It better be pussy related, Jeff. Don't break your perfect
Get
streak.
him.
Scott, glad you're back, man. It's nice to see you. So glad you're better from your gonorrhea.
We gotta end on that.
Fresh
We
off
have
the
to.
dome.
It is not getting better on that. Guys, thank you for joining the Whatever Bro podcast. Pachico's Furniture, Unique Customs.
Phoenix
Marketing.
Marketing. 59 Media.
Adderall.
Share this
Adderall.
video.
Adderall
Guys,
sponsoring this
What
show.
a great show. Only show where we've actually done one topic the whole show.
Yeah. Dick problems.
Yeah.
Hashtag dick problems.
Oh no!
Hashtag dick
It looks
problems.
disgusting.
Oh my
It has a nail. It has a
Give
nail on
him
it.
some
It has a nail on it.
medication.
Disgusting.
Get that man medicated.
Guys, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week with the mayor. Peace. Jazel Korea.